yesterday. This is a very quick lap indeed. Back in the mix.
Up in the 9th position.
New South Wales, Australia, Mount Panorama, home to the Bathurst 12 Hour. This is an event where people come to watch the most exotic race cars in the world compete on what is arguably the world's toughest street circuit. At 6.2 kilometres per lap, combined with 23 turns and an elevation of just under 200 metres, it is both gruelling and unforgiving. Yet in 2015, with only 2 months to prepare, one Kiwi team decided to take on not only the mountain, but a collection of the world's most established and well-prepared endurance racing teams. However, this story is not about the race itself, but of the Kiwis that dared to dream. Early December 2014, where in front of friends, racing enthusiasts and the media, Trass Family Motorsport announces their intentions and their goals to take on the best.
Next year, TFM is entering the 458 into the Bathurst 12-hour endurance race. We're the first New Zealand team ever to enter into Class A and the first full Kiwi entry in the Bathurst race. I would now like to announce the Bathurst driver lineup: John O'Lester, Johnny McIntyre and Graham Smythe.
This is one of the most competitive, gruelling and world-renowned events on the calendar now. It's the highest profile race I've ever competed in, and for many in the TFM team, I'm sure they can vouch the same. Such is the nature of this event, we've paired with the defending champions in Maranello Motorsport, running as a satellite operation off the side of their team and piggybacking off their infrastructure and their world-class expertise. Whilst on the other side of us in the garage is Ferrari's factory team, AF Corsa.
Being the guy who's been around Bathurst 7 times in a V8, now I finally get to go around in a red one, which is a lot faster than we've ever been, and it'll be my job to help Jono and Graham come along and learn the circuit.
I didn't think I'd ever have the opportunity to drive a Ferrari, let alone at Bathurst. I'm really excited, along with, I'm sure, the rest of the team.
Jumping forward a few weeks, and that team, which was collated from all around the country on very short notice and who would in fact meet each other for the very first time at the airport, was about to hear some disturbing news. It was highly likely that they would beat the car and the equipment not only to Australia but to the track itself. So, as is often the way with Kiwis, a she'll be right attitude was taken, and the road trip from Sydney to Bathurst was a good way for everyone to relax. To a point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good, thanks very much. Have a good day.
And once team manager Richard Lester had proven that Kiwis could count to 10, the trip would continue, and a few hours later, for the majority, it would culminate to a view of Mount Panorama for the very first time. And when you don't have a race car to work on or equipment to set up your pits, the next best idea is to see how well a rental van handles the mountain.
This is my first time up the mountain, and I can't believe how steep it is. It's incredible. The run up there is miles more than I thought, and it's exactly what I've been told by people who have visited this place. And we're just up the top now, overlooking the view here, and it's just crazy how far we've come to pit lane. It's just yeah, it's quite a daunting place. It's quite amazing to think what we're about to go and do, really.
But what they would do for the rest of the day was to continue the track analysis as best as rookies could, work out where the hard parts are and where grief had been seen on television over so many years. And of course it allowed them time to get more comfortable with the surroundings and become one with the track. However, nature watching was not the reason for being on the mountain, and the initial track inspection would continue on, with realisation starting to set in.
Into that wall is your judgment, isn't it? I just can't believe how steep it is.
Unreal. The elevation is just incredible.
Track discussions continued with thoughts about race lines, if they managed to get their car and equipment to the track. And eventually the team's first ever view and circulation of the famous mountain came to an end, which meant now they could leave and visit the town of Bathurst, find their home base for the week, and get on with other serious matters, which basically meant more time talking, socialising, and sorting out who would be doing what job on the car.
Big weekend, good win.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Stoked.
Wednesday morning, 48 hours till first practice, and still no word on when the car, spares and tools would arrive. This gave the team time to sort the paperwork and confirm things like which garage they would be in, how the fuel supply would work, what the plan would be once the car eventually turned up, what was on Facebook for that morning, and then of course more discussion on the whole upcoming procedure. But whilst they got to spend time watching other teams prepare, some small miracles started to appear, like the spare rims via the team's link with Maranello Motorsport, so they could at least go about the business of organising rubber. And they eventually found where the fuel supply was located and how all that would work. At least it gave them something to do.
I'm going to bring a trolley. What do they normally? We bring it to you.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Which car?
Ferrari.
Yep.
Yeah. It's still on the boat, mate.
Okay.
No problem. It's not going to be here till probably tomorrow night. Late.
Okay.
So we've got a big job. That's why we're just sort of trying to suss a few things out
Come and have a
because
look.
it's going to become a nightmare.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're full service, so you don't need to worry about fuel. Yeah. We do it for you. But you will need a drum pump.
Yep.
And while tyres and fuel may have been organised, it was still a waiting game, while others continued to arrive around them. Thursday morning, and with practice number 1 only 24 hours away, news had come through that the car was off the boat and would arrive sometime during that time frame. Meanwhile, the team could focus all their attention on trying to stay busy by tyre stacking, tyre sorting and tyre sitting. Anything to try and mentally stay on their game whilst all around them, plans were well underway. By mid-afternoon, news had filtered through that the container would definitely arrive sometime before midnight, and that meant a change of gear, with team manager Richard Lester needing to ensure that the plan of attack was as smooth as possible.
What we need over here initially is we need a car. The car's going to get parked up in here. And then gradually all the tools and stuff, the trolleys with the tools, all that important stuff come out. And very quickly we'll tie some nitrogen bolts and freeze so the boys can get the car up next and get going.
Then, as the day slowly started to turn into night and other teams were well into their preparations, word was in. A truck with a container full of equipment and a race car was close. Things were about to get busy.
Finally, the bloody car's here. Look, what is it? It's close to 9 o'clock on Thursday. Been here for 2.5 days, and it's finally here. So, boys are all kitted out in new gear and ready for a huge night. Getting the car prepped, getting our pits set up, and everything done that we were supposed to be doing the last 2.5 days. As we watch the container just around the corner, right as we speak. So, it's exciting times.
Plan of attack now is get this thing on the ground, open her up. We've already organised how it's going to happen as far as getting all the gear out. Ferrari out first, all the tools and equipment to get working on it out ASAP. All the rest of it we'll bring out carefully bit by bit. We'll set up the pit walls and start making our pit garage into a home while our select group of guys get to work on the car. So we're going to smash it out now till 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Feel the team spirit lifting minute by minute as the container arrives and is about to be unloaded. TFM's about to hit the big time. This feels good.